7 Japanese home secrets for instant calm and zero clutter. Ever wonder how Japanese homes always look so peaceful and organized, while yours feels like chaos no matter what you try? Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we're stepping inside the secret world of Japanese homes, and we promise you're going to be absolutely amazed at what we discover together. We're talking about 7 incredibly simple techniques that Japanese families use to create spaces that feel instantly calming the moment you walk through the door. Now, here's what's really fascinating about this. These aren't expensive design tricks or complicated organizing systems that take hours to maintain. These are simple, everyday approaches that work with human psychology to create natural order and tranquility. And the best part? You can start using these secrets in your own home today, even if you're starting with complete chaos. So, grab a cup of tea and get comfortable, because we're about to transform how you think about your living space. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why Japanese homes feel so different from typical Western spaces, and more importantly, how to recreate that feeling in your own home. The sacred entry ritual. Let's start our journey at the very beginning, which is the moment you step inside a Japanese home. There's something called the Zen-inspired, which is this beautiful transition space between the outside world and the peaceful interior, and it's absolutely genius for creating instant calm. When Japanese people enter their homes, they don't just walk straight in with their shoes and outside energy. Instead, they have this gentle ritual of removing their shoes, taking a moment to transition mentally from the outside world, and consciously entering their peaceful sanctuary. This isn't just about cleanliness, though that's part of it. It's about creating a clear psychological boundary between the stress of the outside world and the tranquility of home. Here's what's really fascinating about this. When we create even a small transition ritual at our own front door, our brains start to automatically shift into a more relaxed state. You don't need a traditional Zen-inspired to make this work. Even something as simple as having a designated spot for your keys and taking 3 deep breaths before entering your main living space can create this same calming effect. Japanese research shows that people who practice entry rituals report feeling more relaxed and present in their homes throughout the entire evening. Everything has one perfect home. Moving deeper into Japanese home wisdom, we need to talk about something that's going to change how you think about organization forever. It's the concept that every single item in your home should have one specific place where it belongs, and it should always return to that exact spot after being used. This might sound obvious, but think about how different this is from how most of us actually live. We tend to put things down wherever it's convenient in the moment, which means we're constantly dealing with items that are sort of organized, but not really in their proper homes. Japanese families spend time thoughtfully deciding where each object belongs, considering how often it's used, who uses it, and what makes the most sense for daily flow. What's magical about this approach is that it eliminates so much daily decision-making and searching. When everything has a designated home, tidying up becomes almost automatic instead of this big, overwhelming task. You're not constantly asking yourself, where should this go? Because everything already knows where it belongs. This creates a sense of order that feels effortless to maintain, and it means your space naturally stays clutter-free without constant effort. The art of empty space. Now let's explore something that might be the most important secret of all, which is how Japanese homes use empty space as a design element. We're talking about the concept of ma, which is the purposeful use of emptiness to create beauty and tranquility. In Japanese thinking, empty space isn't something to be filled up. It's actually considered just as important as the objects and furniture in a room. They deliberately leave areas completely clear because they understand that our minds need visual rest to feel calm. When every surface is covered with things, even beautiful things, our brains have to work harder to process all that visual information. This is probably the quickest way to transform how your home feels. Try choosing one surface in each room and keeping it completely empty. Maybe it's your coffee table, or a section of your kitchen counter, or the top of your dresser. You'll be amazed at how much more peaceful the entire room feels when there's at least one place where your eyes can rest. Japanese interior designers say that empty space is like silence in music. It makes everything else more beautiful and meaningful. Natural elements as daily medicine. Continuing our exploration, we need to talk about how Japanese homes incorporate nature in ways that create instant calm and connection. This isn't about having lots of plants, though that can be part of it. It's about bringing in elements that remind us of the natural world and help us feel grounded. Japanese families often have one simple natural element in each room. Maybe it's a single branch in a vase, a smooth stone on a windowsill, or a small bowl of water that reflects light. These aren't decorations in the traditional sense. They're more like daily reminders of the peace and simplicity we find in nature. Even in tiny urban apartments, you'll find these small connections to the natural world. The science behind this is fascinating. Studies from Japanese universities show that having natural elements in our living spaces reduces stress hormones and helps regulate our nervous systems. Our brains are wired to feel calmer when we're connected to nature, even through these simple visual reminders. When you bring one natural element into your space, you're not just decorating, you're creating a tool for daily wellness and mental clarity. The power of low living. Here's something that might surprise you about traditional Japanese homes. Much of daily life happens closer to the ground, and this simple change creates a completely different feeling of calm and connection in the space. When we sit on cushions or low furniture instead of high chairs and sofas, something interesting happens to our nervous system. We naturally feel more grounded and less rushed. There's something about being closer to the earth that helps us slow down and feel more present. Plus, when furniture is lower, the room feels more spacious and open, even if it's actually quite small. You don't have to completely change your furniture to experience this benefit. Even creating one low seating area with cushions on the floor can become a special space for reading, meditating, or having calm conversations. Japanese families often say that their low seating areas naturally encourage slower, more mindful activities. It's like the furniture itself is inviting you to relax and be present instead of rushing through your day. Seasonal rhythm and renewal. Moving into something really beautiful about Japanese home culture, let's talk about how they use seasonal changes as opportunities for renewal and simplification. This isn't just about changing decorations. It's about using the natural rhythm of seasons to regularly refresh and evaluate their living spaces. With each season change, Japanese families often go through a gentle process of putting away items they won't need and bringing out things that are appropriate for the coming months. But here's the key part. They also use this time to let go of things that no longer serve them. It's like a natural decluttering cycle that happens 4 times a year without feeling forced or overwhelming. This seasonal approach prevents accumulation from getting out of hand because there are regular opportunities to reassess what's really needed. It also means the home is always feeling fresh and appropriate for the current time of year. When we adopt this rhythm, we stop holding on to things just in case, because we know we'll have another opportunity to evaluate our possessions in just a few months. Mindful daily maintenance. Finally, let's explore the secret that ties everything together, which is how Japanese families approach daily care of their homes. This isn't about spending hours cleaning. It's about small, consistent actions that prevent problems from building up in the first place. The key is thinking of home care as a form of meditation and gratitude practice rather than a chore. When Japanese people tidy their spaces, they're not just moving objects around. They're expressing appreciation for their homes and creating conditions for peace and well-being. This shift in mindset transforms cleaning from something we have to do into something that actually nourishes us. What makes this sustainable is that these daily actions become almost automatic habits rather than big tasks we have to motivate ourselves to do. Wiping down the kitchen counter while the key is steeping, putting clothes away as soon as they come out of the dryer, spending 5 minutes each evening returning things to their designated homes. These tiny actions compound into spaces that feel consistently calm and welcoming. Your peaceful home transformation. As we wrap up our journey through these Japanese home secrets, remember that you don't need to implement everything at once. Choose one approach that resonates with you and experiment with it for a week. Maybe you'll start with creating that transition ritual at your front door, or perhaps you'll designate perfect homes for the items you use most often. The beautiful thing about these Japanese approaches is that they work with your natural rhythms instead of against them. They're designed to make your home feel more peaceful without adding stress to your life. Which of these secrets are you most excited to try in your own home? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more content about creating calm, intentional living spaces. Your journey towards a more peaceful home starts with your very next choice.